Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Today with John and Helen live, and our next and final guest is a certified holistic nutritionist and consultant who is skilled in nutritional counseling, lifestyle management, nutrition education, wellness, dietary, and good medicine for terminal illness.
Food medicine?
Oh, food medicine, yes, of course. He's a member of the Nutritional Society of Nigeria and, of course, Rotary International and Food for Life Alliance UK. I emphasize Rotary International.
I knew you were going to
Yeah, he's a fellow Rotarian.
And Francis Ojile is a voice for all things related to health, fitness, and food. He's MD CEO, Frank Fitness. It's so good to have you back home, Francis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to be home.
The times are hard, very hard,
Yes,
and
they
food is scarce.
Yes.
So how do we balance the rising cost of foodstuff with good nutrition?
Well, with that,
That's my first question.
that's your first question. I just want to welcome you again to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the privilege. Thank you, PlusTV.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ellen and Paul. You guys are just, you give us every reason to have hope to keep talking, because we always need a platform where we can share information.
See my head swell.
Thank you so much for your consistency. Thank you. More strength, more capacity.
Yeah, and really, I'm sure that you're more troubled now than ever. You know, seeing the purchasing power of most Nigerians and how it has dwindled. You know, yeah. So I mean, that would be a talking point for us on the show today.
For your question, please
Yeah.
can you ask me again? Let me
Yeah, how do we balance the times now and still make sure that we eat well?
Before you know what, Frank, before we go into the questions,
Yeah.
you know, we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back.
All right.
So thanks for staying with us. This is Today with John and Helen on PlusTvAfrica. We have with us our guest, our third guest on this program today, Frank Ojile, a nutritionist. I'll just put it simply like that so we can dive into today's questions. Now, quickly tell us, Frank, what are some practical strategies families can adopt to ensure that they prioritize nutrition while managing their food budgets? Because that is paramount on our minds in Nigeria of today.
It's very important because, the thing is, I feel as human, we just have to balance life. Life is about balancing. So if you have incorporated the lifestyle of living the right way over time, this would have been a problem. So now looking at what is happening now, shouldn't even have changed a lot of things. It's just that the cost of things are high, but because we still eat, we should be able to understand what are the things we need to add to our food and how do we prepare them so that it will be nutritious enough. Because if anything goes wrong, trust me, the hospital door is open, and trust me, you still need to look for money to pay, right? So now the idea is that why do we fall ill? If you see that a lot of accidents doesn't really happen as much as somebody having spiritual attack, like the way lifestyle diseases kill people today, like diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, heart attack, and all that. They are all related to food. So it means that you should be your own nutritionist. Meaning that taking care of yourself has to be a lifestyle. Like the way we wake up in the morning, we take care of ourselves, look good, going out, make sure our environment is looking good and tidy. That's how our food should have been right from get. So now, for example, let's say should we just say lemon, for example. Lemon, no matter how expensive lemon is still very affordable, right? Imagine you putting lemon in the morning to your warm water and you drink, or you even cut a bit of lemon and eat it with the zest. That at least help to clear things from your body.
The zest is
the back of the lemon, yes, together with the juice, just chill that. It helps just to help you clear your system, right? Even though you can't afford to take a lot of veggies, buy veggies and all that, there's some things you can do just to keep you going.
Local, okay, that one is lime.
We have to. There's lemon, there's lime. Lime is smaller. It doesn't have roughages. While lemon have a bit of roughages in it, but the greener one, not the imported one. Talking about the one that's grown here.
Okay.
Yeah. So or if you can't take it raw, you can put them inside your warm water in the morning. Just leave it, let it get cool, and drink. You get constantly. Just always.
So instead of my morning coffee, I should do that.
Instead of the coffee, it helps to just. In fact, when you're able to even chew a bit of it, you will see how fantastic your bowels will be.
Wow.
It more or less like is another way of
And we
direct
take these
detox.
things for granted. Though.
Yeah, so you can see that just one lemon can do so many things for so many people.
Okay, Frank will get into all of that.
Yeah,
because
so now,
I know once you
he's
get
very
started,
passionate about this.
once you get started, you know. And I'm thinking back many years ago, that our fathers and our mothers, you know, didn't have to know, they didn't go to school
Yes.
to learn those things. They were just things, I don't know how they came about it. They lived healthy, they lived very long, you know. And so now the cocoa is that there's no money.
Okay.
There's no food.
Yes.
You're talking about hospital doors open.
Yes.
Here. People are not thinking about hospital doors open. Yes, it's important. But they're thinking about, how do I get this food in my tummy?
Yeah.
You know, how can I afford to feed me and 3, 4 children? A family of 5 right now.
Yeah.
They can't get a meal, one meal with 5,000 naira. So how practical can we get to be able to provide food for the family on a budget?
Not just food.
Good food, nutritional food, yes.
So if you talk about nutritional food, it means they are plant-based food.
Plant-based.
Plant-based. Not maybe the one that have gone through genetic microorganism, which is GMO or fertilization and all that, because those ones don't really have nutrition more in them because they've been altered.
Okay.
So that's why you see that some of them don't have seeds in them. So when we talk about the ones that are organic, yes. So for example, we eat our local food, right? For example, our soups. Most of all our soups are greens, vegetables, you know, ewedu, vegetable, ugu, and all this water leaf and all that. They are very rich in they're rich in so many components that can help us stay well. So for the fact that we eat it, so now what we need to even be conscious now is that if we want to eat we want to feel like eating well, let's eat more fiber. More fiber. Fiber when you take fiber food, they make you feel very okay. Like you feel good when you eat it. You don't feel like maybe get hungry for a long time. So fiber foods are food that most times we don't even look out for. We throw them away. Let's say for example, the yam has a lot of fiber in it, right? But because of the way we prepare the yam, we peel and we take out the fiber. So when we do the amala, for example, upon the yam, we don't get much of those fiber in them. You can get when we want to take maybe maybe for example tiger nuts or our pap and all those things that has those fiber. We take out those things we call shaft and actually drink those ones. So we don't even get so much in our food at the end of the day. So all the swallows we do they are mainly meant to be in fiber form. Yes, then small of those swallow a lot of vegetables to eat, go with it, right? So for the fact that we can
So you want to eat pounded yam, Frank?
Yes.
Of course you have to peel the back.
No, you don't have to peel the back. The thing is when you put the yam, you subject the yam into your cookware, right? And you put a little bit of water. See, the thing is that you don't need too much of it to cook because the heat burns. Now yam has its own juice to cook itself. Yeah, so you just need very low heat. We are always in a hurry to cook. So when you leave the heat lower and you put the yam there, just a little bit of water around it, it cooks the yam properly. Then the peel comes out easily. But when the heat is too high, that is when the yam start burning instead of cooking. So you can see, so when it's ready, when the yam is ready, you just take out the peel. Once you touch the back, the peel comes out easily. Then just take it out and drop it into your pounding, the pistol and the mortar. And
okay, so we're cooking our plantain with the back, we're cooking the yam with the back, we're cooking our potatoes with the back.
Yes. It's good.
That's a new one.
It has always been like that. That's why you see roasted yam is more tasty than the one that is boiled yam. Boiled yam is not as tasty as roasted yam. The reason why roasted yam is tastier is because they are roasted with the back. But the one these days they sell out there, they already peeled it, so it's not as tasty as the one that is roasted with the back.
I know about potatoes because we normally eat jacket scallops and stuff like that still has the back. But this one about the yams, I think I'll try that.
Yeah, and you'll be amazed. It's very thick. It's filling. If you just eat one, it's very filling. So that kind of way, family can eat just one big yam and it will go around the family because why? They've retained the fiber. They didn't lose those nutrients
One big yam of 3,000 naira.
Sorry?
One big yam tuber of 3,000 naira.
Yeah. So because the thing is, we just have to find a way to heal. We have to find a way to stay alive because we can't say things are bad and we now become an example of that. Because if anything happens today to any family, trust me, ma, there is nobody that will come for you. Have to take care of yourself because at this point everybody's looking how to take care of themselves. So why not just start taking care of yourself so that there won't be a situation where you start running around.
Okay, but what do you think really went wrong, you know, that got us to this point. This country is rich in agricultural stuff, food stuff, and all of that. Where did we get it? Did we get the formula wrong? You know, because I'm saying this because I read somewhere yesterday that there's so much focus on plants and crops, and that nobody's even talking about livestock and all of that. Is it that we're not balancing things well, and it's affecting us socioeconomically?
So I think a lot of people are not interested. Farming is even just tired. A lot of people start
But
saying
people have shown a lot of interest in farming recently.
A lot of, we've had crisis that has happened over the time that has affected a lot of farmers. So a lot of people don't even see the need to farm anymore.
Okay, they're not able to
yes,
farm.
and the roads are bad. You see, the roads are bad. The cars they use, the truck they use in bringing those things to the city, you see, the roads are bad. There are people taxing these guys,
Security
so many things. So
issues.
they now are looking for other means. We have what we call greenhouses now. People actually have to build greenhouses to start planting, different kind of vegetables and food and all that around their own environment, so that they need to cut out those long distances of transportation. So a lot of people they're even frustrated that they don't even want to become a farmer anymore. They just venture into something else. So many things has changed. The insecurity affected so many people. So most of all these things we get are from the north, and anything that comes from the north are a bit more affordable than the one coming from the west, because why? We don't have more people farming from the west. We have more people farming from the north. So, but trust me, in the north you'll be amazed that most of all these things we are saying they are expensive in the city here. They can easily afford them there because it is closer to them and it's cheaper there. Something like Jos, for example, you'll be amazed that all these things are there, and a lot of them don't even eat it really.
All right, Frank, you're here to help us balance the rising cost of foodstuff and still achieve good nutrition.
Good nutrition, yes.
Give me an example of, they say people don't eat 3 square meals anymore. But give me an example of a healthy food for the family for a week, for example. Breakfast. Or breakfast, dinner, or
0-1-0.
whichever it is.
0-1-0.
But let's help people practically and see how they can diversify and still.
Yes, it makes sense. So let's say for example, you in the morning you have oats fiber, so you can just get your milk, and most times it's easy for you even do your own milk, coconut milk or tiger nut milk or whatever milk you can afford to do. You put the oats, then put a little bit of fruits in there, depending on the kind of fruits that you can afford. Now, the idea about the oats is that it helps to fill your system, because it has a lot of fiber, so it keeps you going, energized for the day. Then if you're not going to take out lunch, maybe let's say 3 to 4, you want to do a bit of swallow, right? So there's this easy way of doing plantain swallow, and plantain is it gives you that feel. Once you eat plantain, it's very filling. So it means that your fresh plantain can actually be washed properly, chop them into the blender and blend them smooth. Then you make them as swallow. It's filling. Then depending on the kind of...
Wait, say that again. This is unripe plantain.
Yes, unripe plantain. No, the breakfast is oats. I said oats with fruit. Then you can put some nuts in.
I blend the unripe.
You wash the unripe plantain, cut them into smaller sizes with the back. Yes. So for those who are, but mostly we do that for those who are already aging and those who already have a little bit of lifestyle that I'm trying to manage, so that it can be very rich enough, because the back also have its own health benefits, right? So, but with the back, it can change the color a bit, but just the plantain alone, it will look very yellowish, like to have this yellow look. When you blend them fresh like that, you put them into, just like the way you make your normal swallow, put it in the fire and stir, put a little bit of water, cover it to cook, stir until it become the proper swallow.
That's after blending.
Yes, after blending, and it comes out very nice.
Wow.
Very nice, and because it's plantain, it's filling. So once you take maybe just
I think I should try that
take some portion,
tonight.
you'll be because sometimes
plantain.
the reason why people eat so much is because there's no nutrition in those food. Any food that is very high in nutrition is, for example, if I make a very simple salad, I can make it for you guys now. You eat, you'll be amazed. You'll feel like as
that's
if
what you should have done now when you were coming.
So I think I'll do that next time. So the idea of that salad is just that there's some things that are there that will just make your system feel that I'm okay. So that's why I said that people, when they cook so much, they get tired of eating because over time they inhale this. Our body just find that nutrition. Once it gets it just tell you, okay, I'm fine for now. So the way you can get nutrition is by eating a lot of food that are rich in fiber, fiber food, especially when it has to do with natural things. Yeah. Then your soup, you cannot do the whatever soup you can do, but once you have that fiber, because the vegetables is not filling. You can eat so much of it, you'll not even eat. Yes, you get. So you need fiber to support. Support it. Let's try this time. Let's try this time. Let's try this time.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, any more questions for him?
There are a lot of questions for Franco. Because you see, these days what we're talking about is
you've been bringing this out since.
Yes.
So I wonder what this is about.
What does it look like?
Before we run out of time. I don't know. Well, it's a pot.
Yes, it's a pot. So why I'm holding this pot is just to show us that whatever the surface area of our cooking matters a lot. This matters a lot. The surface area. So that's why I see that in the medical system, they don't use any kind of metal. They use metal that doesn't leach, that doesn't corrode. They call them surgical steel. So that's why you see that they can use that. All their needles, their knives, their scissors, they all have that metal, right? For those who have issues with their spinal cord and all that, they use it as an implant in them. So now the idea is that it won't react to their blood. So regardless. So now the idea why I'm holding this is just to let people know that the quality of your food determines the surface area where your food touches. The quality of nutrition. When we talk about nutrition and what you put in those food, if the food is high in nutrition, very high, and you put it into a metal that is porous, and you put it underneath the heat, it leaches out the original state of that metal into the food. That's why you see that when we cook from our own end, we can cook without using absolutely no condiments, no salt, and it's tasty. The reason is because nothing reacts to the meal. But when we use our conventional metal, because they are porous metal, the popular metal we use in cooking, because they are porous metal, once we eat them, they leach out into our food. So that's why I say that the amount of condiments, spices we add into it just to get back that taste. So what I'm going to talk about is that the quality of your metal, which is your cookware you use in cooking at home, matters a lot for you to ascertain that nutritional value. So if you want to know if your metal is okay, get a bicarbonate of soda, put a little bit of it inside the bicarbonate of soda, put a little bit of water, and put it on the fire, on the gas stove, and let it boil for some minutes. Then once it's cool, just turn it off and let it cool down for a while. Then test it to see how it tastes. If it's bad, then
so I mean, in essence, what you are saying is that eating good food is not just opening your mouth and popping. There's a lot more into it.
The signs of it is serious.
Wow, I hear we have to wrap up now. And it's really
final word. Somebody who's just tuning in now and needs to adjust, needs to eat well. Final word.
Okay, so the idea is that food is what we eat when we're hungry, but nutrition is what our body requires. What are you eating? So it means that for every day you take in your food, are you taking the required vitamins and minerals in your body? Else, you're prepping yourself to visit the doctor.
Wow. Thank you. Very useful information there.
Okay.
Frank, thank you so
much for having me, sir. Thank you so much for having me, ma.
Thank you. We said let's have this on a weekly basis, 5 minutes, you haven't come forward for us to do that.
Of course, I will do some practical session also to just, buttress some of these things.
Great.
All right, John. So time to take our very last break. When we come back, it will be time for John's
nuggets. Let's just wrap up because I mean,
all right. So go ahead with your.
We've eaten into the break.
Go ahead with your nuggets then.
Yes. So my nugget for today, and I'm sure you've all been waiting for it. Where is my nugget? My nugget for today. Yes, that's it. And it's on the screen. Yes. So if you think you can't, you're right. You can't. It speaks for itself. If you don't believe that you can do it, you definitely will not do it. So for you to be able to achieve anything, you have to first believe. Believe. Because I mean, if you go about it the negative way and you say, no, I can't, then truly you're telling yourself the truth that you can't.
Okay.
So the can-do spirit, very important. And
All
that's
right.
my nugget.
Okay. Thank
today.
you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you for
Right.
still being here, being a part of our wrapping up segment. And so it's believe, believe, believe.
Yeah.
It's eat right, eat right, eat right. It's think of the children,
Yeah.
right? And it's
AI. The future.
All right, the future. That's our show for today. I'm Ongma Helen Odele. It's always a delight. We believe that you join us again, same time next week, Saturday morning, when we come with another fresh edition of the program. Meanwhile, I'll repeat tonight.
Yeah, tonight, Saturday night, yes.
That's today.
10:30. Sunday morning, 9:30 on DSTV 408 and Star Times 308.
Okay,
that's
and
the
DSTV
show.
is live, streaming live all of our shows 247 on YouTube.
Yeah,
Love you. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye for now.
I'm out.